So this is me displaying how we will look like in 20 years time when we all sit at home and control the virtual us. But in all seriousness, what I'm actually doing is playing Temple Run on what is supposed to be the portable version of virtual reality. This is the Samsung Gear VR, and no, not the 2016 model, but the 2015 one because, well, George Washingtons don't grow on trees, and this is my review of Samsung's gigantic contraption. This episode of iTechnoBlog is brought to you by
Fiji's fastest 4G network. Vodafone, power to you.
So before we jump into how I found my first VR experience with the Gear VR to be, let's take a look at what it is externally. Now, unlike other VR headsets like the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift, which require you to be plugged in into your computer to drive the displays, the Gear VR's approach is quite different. It uses Samsung's lineup of flagships from the Samsung Galaxy S6 upwards, and basically all you have to do is pop the front of the headset open, plug in your compatible device, which in my case is the Samsung Galaxy S7, and you're ready to go. Well, that's unless you have to remove the phone again and download the Oculus app from the Play Store, which is another barrier between you and your immersive experience. But once that's done, you're good to go. On the top of this device, you will see the wheel which you have to scroll to adjust focus. On the right you have one physical button to go back and a touchpad to interact with the apps on the VR. The face side of the device has two lenses which are going to give you a total of 96-degree field of view, which is quite less if you compare it to our 200-degree field of view from our actual, eyeballs. You'll also see a soft material padding on the edges of the Gear VR, which no matter how I orient always pricks me on the face. It kind of takes away the experience as I have to constantly readjust the device to get a snug fit. But now to how I found it to be trying it on for the first time. As soon as I put it on my head, the first thing I noticed was how heavy it was on my nose. I had to sometimes use my hand support just to ensure that, I don't break my nose or something. You won't really feel it if you're using it for a short amount of time, but knowing me, if I'm in for an hour straight. Speaking of experience, it was amazing. As soon as I put it on, I felt like I was in the United States. Well, yeah, because I was literally, or virtually if you put it, in an app which simulated the environment right in front of me. There are also apps which simulate you riding a virtual roller coaster, which is also fun if you have a rotating chair or something. It gets really fun, trust me. The App Store for the Oculus is filled with apps that you can try out. However, if you're a cheapster like me, you won't really get much from the free apps and games. They're cool and all, but if you'd like to get some of the amazing experiences, you'll need to fork out some pennies on the paid versions. The paid apps include things like Minecraft and a really cool fun shooting game which I kind of forgot the name of, but trust me, it's really awesome if you play it. Since I was using the latest Galaxy S7 as my simulating device, I couldn't really see the screen pixelated, although the screen you view isn't exactly high definition. Since the job of the lenses in the VR is to magnify the screen, you will definitely see some pixels, and if you're using an older hardware, you'll most definitely see a bit more pixels. But considering how fun the VR experience is, you will definitely tend to forget that the resolution isn't HD. One thing I definitely recommend is to wear headphones. At first I didn't know that you could use headphones, but I quickly figured it out that you could insert the headphones from the side of the VR. All in all, if you're looking for a solid virtual headset but don't have the money to invest in an Oculus Rift or a HTC Vive, the Samsung Gear VR is a cheap and fun alternative provided you have a compatible Samsung device with you. The Gear VR retails for $279 here in the islands of Fiji, and you can make that purchase from Vodafone, or $99 if you're living in the United States. So yeah guys, that was my review / impressions of the Samsung Gear VR. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you didn't like it, well, you can always give it a dislike and see a sad face on my face. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you press that red subscribe button to make sure you are always updated when I release a new video. Also, if you're on Snapchat, make sure to add me by scanning the snap code right here, and you will be able to see all the behind the scenes and all of that on how these videos are made, and as well as a bit of an insight into my personal life. Also, comment down below if you will be buying the Gear VR, or if you have the Gear VR and what your impressions are on it. Let me know in the comment section down below, and it will be a fun time having a chat with you guys. Alright guys, that's it for this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.